Yo, we are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it, man. What's the deal, brother?
I was going to confuse you right there, bro. I was going to be like, welcome to the Wasted and see if you was going to.
Now, look, you know my arrogant ass gonna still say the Wasted and Graphic Show.
Yo, Max, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button on both channels. We don't care where you're watching at, man. Wasted channel, my channel, Twitter. It's a family affair over here, man. Just get them likes up, man. And if you can't, hit the subscribe button. How we feeling, brother?
Cold. It's freezing up here, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm over here complaining about 40, 50 degree weather. And my bro was out there talking about 19. I'm like, oh, no, that's shit.
Yeah, man. This morning, bro, it was disrespectful this morning, bro. I was like, holy shit, man. I just wanted to go back and get back in my bed. I did not want to go to work, bro.
Salute to the chat, you guys. A lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Maxx Crosby. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of blowing a lot of things out of proportion here on Twitter today. But I love that we're going to talk about this because me and Wasted had an interesting conversation yesterday, right? About this Maxx stuff. And I know Wasted has something to say about this. We're going to bring that up. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some interesting words that Shedeur Sanders used today in terms of Tom Brady. We're going to talk about that. A head coach coming in today to interview, a legend. I know he hasn't been great as of late, but, we're going to talk about Riverboat Ron.
A legend.
There's a lot to talk about, man. I want to start here, though, man. I want to get to the national media being in shambles right now, man. It's so funny to me, big bro. I'm seeing how we're finally starting to operate like a competent organization. In the national media and these sources and all this other shit, it's like they're like blasting us now. Their roster sucks. They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. I just find this to be hilarious that we're finally operating the way we're supposed to operate, and we're catching all kind of backlash, man. How are you feeling about this, man? And the Adam Schefter, there's a lot of other outlets out there destroying us, on Twitter, on national television. How do you feel about all this, man?
Bro, I mean, look, it's to be expected. You got to understand the Raiders in the football world are essentially like, for media pundits, are essentially LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James is the lowest hanging fruit for a debate show or sports show.
Yeah.
Is he better than Jordan? Is he better than Kobe? So if you have nothing to talk about that,
Skip made a living. Skip made a living.
Skip has made millions of dollars hating on LeBron James, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either which side of the argument you want, it pushes the needle. And that's what the Raiders are for the national sports media when it comes to football.
Yeah.
The Raiders are terrible. They're a dumpster fire. It's the easiest thing to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Shout out to Unc, man.
Unc in the building.
Yo, the funny thing is, at this point, it's on the Raiders to change that.
Yes.
It's on us to go out there and to get on the field and put a competent product out there and to get to the playoffs and hopefully win a Super Bowl to shut their asses up. Yeah. I don't even care because I expect it. I would be surprised if they didn't. And to be real with you, the whole reason why, one of the biggest reasons why I'm a Raider fan is because I like being the outlaw. I like being the outlier. I like being a bad guy. So guess what? When we start winning, Stay on that side. I don't want to hear y'all talking. I don't want to hear Mike Florio and none of them. Stay, keep your asses over there.
I just find it hilarious, right? It's easy to say that Chicago and Jacksonville have their quarterbacks, former first-round picks, first number one guys, not only first round, but the number one picks in the NFL draft. Caleb, who had a good season statistically, but they underperformed out there in Chicago, right? We don't know what Caleb Williams is. Trevor Lawrence, bro, is not the guy that we thought he was going to be coming out of Clemson. So I just find this hilarious that they say that we have the worst roster and so on and so forth. Jacksonville is drafting in front of us at 5 wasted. Chicago has one more win than us and one less loss than us. They're drafting at 10. If they have such better rosters, and you can go to coaching, right? Because realistically, we can point the finger to that too as well. Being in Vegas, we have a ton of talent on this roster. Do we have a lot of holes? Pause if necessary. Yes, we do. But you can't say this roster is terrible when you have a Maxx Crosby, a Brock Bowers, a Jacoby Myers, a JPJ, a Colton Miller, a Robert Spillane, even though he's a free agent. I believe he will come back home. I mean, Christian Wilkins, so on and so forth. You cannot just go out there and blatantly say this roster is way worse than what Jacksonville has and Chicago has when we're all essentially there drafted in the same place.
I'm going to end it up right now. There's not one player on either one of them teams that are better than Maxx Crosby. Not one.
Talk.
So now you look at it. These are people who it's narrative-based content. They have no factual evidence behind that. Like, bro, you name me one young player on one of them teams that have and I'm not like Caleb Williams is a quarterback, right? But there's not one person that has a rookie that has performed at the level of Brock Bowers.
No, not at all.
Right? You don't have a Maxx Crosby on your roster. Nowhere. No. You don't even have a Christian Wilkins in Chicago or Jacksonville.
And they're acting like in Chicago that Keenan Allen, he's a veteran, but he's a free agent. So essentially they have Cole Kmet. We have a better option in Brock Bowers. And I think that Michael Mayer is going to develop and be something special as well. Then you got Roma Dunze. He's still an unproven young dude. And you have DJ Moore, who's a phenomenal receiver. So I look at some of this and I'm like, they're just trying to beat us up in the media because, once again, we've talked about this a million times. It gets clicks. It makes these guys a shit ton of money. And they love for us and other people that, are guys that will back up the Raiders through everything. They love for us to do this so they get more clicks.
Let me ask you a question.
Salute to 24, my dog. I appreciate you, brother. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think quite possibly, that, because there are some teams who have a dog in the race. They got a dog in the fight when it comes to getting Ben Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that some of these media outlets are compromised and being told to say certain things? And I don't mean to be the conspiracy theorist. Guys, I don't want to rain down with the tinfoil kufi. But do you think maybe they're being paid to start these negative narratives because perception becomes reality? And when with these coaches, they might not take jobs because they're entrenched in the game. They might not see the Raiders a lot. They might only be focused on people that they play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that narrative, which is driven by maybe somebody in the Chicago Bears organization. And I'm throwing baloney against the wall.
It could be Jacksonville. It could be anywhere. No, I agree with you. But also, let's not act as though agents of Ben Johnson wouldn't be out there playing the game as well, because this is potentially the one shot that this guy gets to get a massive deal as a head coach. Look, we all love Ben Johnson, you guys, and we believe in him, and we think that he could turn this organization around. But let's just be honest here. In 4 years, he could be gone again and never have an opportunity to be a head coach again and go right back to being a coordinator. So the agents are going to play this game. The national media definitely have relationships with certain individuals, and they may go on there and spill some narratives into the universe and put cold water, cold water on certain things and then put some hot steam on others. You know what I mean? But either way, I just want to kill that narrative, you guys, of Chicago and Jacksonville are just miles ahead of where we have in terms of just the way our roster is constructed. There's no way. And Chicago has a ton of money at the disposal as well. They have a ton of money.
They do. But let's look at a few things, right?
Look at the nation behind us, my dog. Appreciate you, brother.
Let's really look at this, right? So you want to talk about the quarterback caveat, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the numbers for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence, 2021, 3,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 17 picks.
Nasty. Disgusting.
2022, 4,000 yards, 25 and 8. Pretty good. But by no means Mahomes-esque. No. You know, like when you got Joe Burrow throwing
number 1 guy, supposed to be generational. Sunshine is supposed to be generational.
2023, 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks. And this year, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 2,000 yards. Trevor Lawrence is essentially a journeyman at this point. Trevor Lawrence has done nothing besides get paid to hold on to his job and say that, yo, this guy is some generational guy. He's done nothing. Yeah. He's a number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. He's very talented. We can see the talent, but can he stay healthy? That's a piece of how talented you are. Mm-hmm. Can you stay healthy, right? Can you lead men, right? And you're in one of the worst divisions in creation, and you're not doing anything.
Yes.
So you can't tell me that, yo, it's the coaching, because you got a guy who won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles that coached you.
Yes.
And you couldn't do anything.
Nothing.
Then when you talk about their roster, Trayvon Walker, the guy that I said was going to be the number 1
Josh
pick,
Allen,
he has not played well.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen is okay.
Well, you know what? Let me push back a little bit. I think Walker has played good, but number 1 good, you can put him in that Trevor Lawrence basket, right? The same thing is like they're supposed to be the number 1 guy taking the league by storm.
Trayvon Walker has not lived up to the billing, and he's a guy that I said was going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. You remember that?
No, I know that. Look at his stats real quick, because I believe he's actually had a really good year. And while you do that, salute the nation's finest mustard. Laugh out loud. What up, y'all? Crazy. Salute to my guy, and salute to Zahn with a bomb. My dog.
David Zahn with the bomb.
$100 special. One of the GOATs over here at Shedeur. Appreciate you so much, brother. We gonna win this natty or what, fellas? Hey, Zahn, let me show you this real quick while Wasted brings up these stats. I just sent this picture over to Waste. I got a few goodies in the mail today, and I had to go put them into the cave. So I got my new Notre Dame flags. The Notre Dame wall was looking a little bare minimum-esque. You know what I mean? So I had to go add a couple flags into the mix. But Zahn, I'm hoping so, brother. I'm ordering a bunch of food, watching this game. But go ahead, Wasted. I want to hear this.
33 solo tackles, 15 assists, 2 forced fumbles, and 10 sacks.
There you go.
Hurries, 6 QB hits, 46 total pressures, 0 balls batted. So listen,
he had a good year.
He had a decent year. He picked it up at the end. Mm-hmm. But what I mean is that it's not like, in circles around the National Football League that Trayvon Walker is being mentioned in the circles of TJ Watt.
No.
Garrett, guys like that, Myles Garrett. It's not that.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons, nobody's going to mistake him for that. And we got guys on this roster who kind of flew close to what he's done.
I mean, Malcolm would have
Kalavion Chase ahead of this.
Forget that. Malcolm would have trumped that if Josh McDaniels would have started him from the jump. You know what I mean? Like he had 8.5. You know what I mean? In like a 4 or 5 game span or something along those lines. Malcolm was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so look, he is kind of Malcolm Kuntz-esque there, but I'm just saying he's developing. He's still young. To have 10 sacks, that's a good year for a number 1 pick. I'm not saying it's great by any means, but 2 guys that are supposed to have this very, very high ceiling in Trevor Lawrence and Walker that are still kind of having mediocre numbers, right? I know exactly what you're saying here. Zahn, appreciate you, brother. Real talk, man. So much. Salute to Raider Ryan. Salute to the GOATs of the nation, Wasted and Graph. Thank you. No, thank you, Raider Ryan. We appreciate you, my brother. Salute to Louis. Salute to the GOATs. You guys, we love and appreciate y'all so much, man, for the kind words. Y'all have no idea how much we definitely just truly appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Cap, imagine when Reed was being talked about to be the new KC coach, and all of a sudden the entire NFL media just shit all over both of them. NFL media wants to bully BJ away from Vegas. Pathetic. I love that you brought that up, though, Cap, and salute to you on a $10 special, because I want to bring something up. Now, there's been all kind of conflicting reports, right? Ian Rappaport stating that, the Raiders are the favorite right now. A bunch of other media outlets saying the Raiders are the favorite. Adam Schefter, the former Denver donkey, comes out and says, I don't know why everybody's saying this. I'm not, but this is the thing that's so funny. He covers himself a little bit, though. Wasted this. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I just don't know why it would happen. In a nutshell, that's kind of what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, why would he want to go there? And this is what he said. Why would he want to face those quarterbacks and those coaches? Well, the best want to beat the best. You can't be a legend and run away from the smoke. It'd be easy to go down to Jacksonville and say, we can go beat the Houston Texans. We could beat the Colts for sure. We could beat the Titans. For him to say, hey, I'm up for the challenge, that speaks dividends of who this guy can be potentially if he decides to go to the Raiders, right? And all signs are pointing towards that. And I don't know if you guys seen this today, but the Pat McAfee show, he had Adam Schefter on the other day. This is where that came from. Then he had a frequent guest, a guy that I know very well from personal experiences in Atlanta.
Right.
Adam Pac-Man Jones, you know.
Oh, wow.
You know the story.
Good moment, huh, Graf?
Yeah, I went over this before on the show multiple times, kind of broke my ankle on one of his homeboys, but it is what it is. But we're going to talk about this. So let me bring this up real quick. And salute once again to the chat here in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So Pac-Man is on the McAfee show. And these are his words, you guys. They were asking him about Deion. For those who don't know, he's very close with Deion Sanders. He has a relationship with him. You know, DBs, NFL, it happens, right? Well, he went on Pat McAfee today and talked about what the likelihood would be of seeing Sanders with the Dallas Cowboys or coming back into the NFL in general. These were his words. All right, first and foremost, the next Dallas Cowboys coach is going to be Kellen Moore. I think we all kind of talked about this. We kind of knew the OC from Philadelphia had ties to Dallas.
And he was there. He was there a couple of years ago. So.
He was there. So everybody knows that with the relationship that's over there, Deion is not leaving Colorado by any means necessary unless he was able to coach both of his sons, which I do not think is possible because sources say that Ben Johnson is going to be the Raiders coach. Then he goes on to say, okay, like real good sources. I'm talking about like real good sources. I'm assuming Deion is his source, and then Deion's source is Tom Brady. Put two and two together. I don't think Deion is going anywhere. I think it was good entertainment, but I don't think Deion is going to Jerry's World. There you have it. What do you think about these words from Pac-Man Jones? I'm assuming once again his source is Deion Sanders, and I'm assuming that the other source is Tom Brady saying, "Yo, Deion, we got Ben Johnson locked in. This is what we're doing." You know what I mean? But if Shedeur is there, maybe potentially we take him at 6.
Yeah, I don't think it would be Tom Brady, right? Because, you know, until you get pen to paper and all the things and the legalities and Tom Brady being an owner and him being on national television and all those things, I don't know why Tom Brady would let that kind of information out of the building.
Okay.
So, you know, for me, if
anybody... Whoa. Let's say this real quick. Not out of the building. I mean, you know, Deion's people did contact the Raiders. That was the report, right? That, hey, I'm very interested in that job. Deion has a tight relationship with not only Deion, but his entire family, Shedeur and them. And even Shedeur came out today and said, you know, I don't know if you guys seen this. I'm going to play the audio today about his tight relationship with Tom Brady and hoping that, or not even hoping, I think looking forward to working with him again here in the near future. I'll play the audio, but go ahead, brother.
Bro, look, either which way, right? Like,
so the T4
somebody, but the thing is that is very privileged information, right? So if he's getting that information, right, it would probably be from a player that he's close to that's on the Detroit Lions, right? Mm-hmm. Or would probably be him having some kind of connection to Ben Johnson's agent inside of the building or something like that. Okay. I don't think it would be Tom Brady. Like, why would Tom Brady? What good comes of him telling the Raiders plans? You know, because what happens if it doesn't happen?
Agree. But once again, remember that the football world is small, and Deion and Tom have a rapport outside of just football as well. This guy has had his hands in developing his son at the quarterback position. So I agree with you, but I just think that it's like you sitting down in a bar, you having a cigar with one of your partners, right? And you guys are in the same business. But you guys are just kind of letting shit fly. Hey, man, you know, hey, Deion, I see it. It makes sense. But, you know, we already have something in order here. And I think you kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah, but, bro, even the whole Deion putting his name into the ring for coach, right? Like, mm-hmm. Even that, like, that's like some media shit. He put it out there just to see, right? And then, you know, they shot back. No, we're not really that interested, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, like with the Cowboy thing, like how does that happen? So that means that you try to move up to get Shedeur, right? Mm-hmm. You can't guarantee that somebody's going to want to play ball. It sounds good, but it don't make no sense. And then it's like, so what do? You eat Dak Prescott's $104 million cap hit next year?
Yeah, it was always a stretch to make that happen.
So it's a stretch to me that Tom Brady, all the shit he got going on, is going to sit down and tell Deion Sanders something. Like, really, to be honest with you, bro, a lot of times
it's harder to believe that two of the greatest football players ever would have a conversation about what's
not about privileged information. Like, it's not like Tom Brady is the sole owner of the Raiders. Right, there's a lot of things that needs to go on. And then, bro,
you acting like it's a social security number or some shit,
bro. It's not, but it's like, bro, like, how the fuck can you say that? Yo, we're definitely getting Ben Johnson, and you haven't even interviewed him in person. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I'm not saying maybe that was the exact words. I'm just saying, hey, we have a direction. We're talking to our guy. I don't know what could have been said. I'm just assuming. Bro,
he's doing the same shit Deshaun Jackson did when he was talking about, it's the same shit. Yo, Devontae told me he ain't happy. Like, yo, it's clear as day that he not happy. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, like, yo, don't act like you got some inside source, bro, just because you want somebody's show and you got to bring some value. There's no thing like you don't have no. I don't know what Pac-Man Jones have with the Raiders, but to say that you know for a fact that it's going to happen.
Well, I don't think he has anything with the Raiders. I'm assuming that his source was Deion Sanders.
But Deion Sanders don't know what's going on.
It's all speculation, you guys. We are
Deion Sanders. I don't see any way, because if Deion Sanders knew what was going on in our building, he wouldn't have played himself and tried to be the coach.
Salute to Indiana Raider, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Appreciate you, my guy, Indiana. Salute to my dog. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang in the building. If you guys want to become Green Dot and get off my line, gang, we both have our respective memberships on our channels. Hit the links. They're pinned up top. They definitely help us keep the lights on over here. Indiana, my brother, salute to you. And salute to all the new people in the building that got their membership. Salute to AL. It's always Raider Nation versus the world. Talk that shit. Let me catch up on these supers real quick. We got a lot to talk about, you guys, today, so stay tuned. As always, salute to our brother Hammer in the building as well. Salute to God, family, and Raiders for life. If I was Mark Davis, my GM, and this is funny, guy, because I just put a tweet out there, and I wanted to ask you this on this show. Why is Ray Agnew's name not anywhere right now? I feel like we're the only ones that have even talked about him. There's no connections, no interviews lined up anywhere. Do you think that maybe he's just standing pat in Detroit and he likes where he is? Or do you think eventually, as Ben Johnson's season wraps up, maybe you start hearing a little bit more smoke around Ray Agnew?
I definitely feel that would be the case. They're in the throes of trying to prepare for their playoff run, right?
Yeah.
So, who knows whether Ray Agnew is even accepting interviews at this point?
Yeah.
I'm sure he most likely would, because you can do two things at once. But maybe that's what it is, or maybe too much of what we think about Ray Agnew is blown up by us.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
maybe he's not as favorably looked upon as we would like to think, because there are a lot of people that I would have thought would have been interviewed, even for head coach, that I haven't heard of.
Mm-hmm. I'll finish this up with head coach Ben Johnson, OC. JT Barrett, which is an interesting name because he does work with the Detroit Lions. For those who are not aware of who he is, an offensive assistant with the Lions in 2022. This year and last year, he was the assistant quarterbacks coach. So there are ties to Ben Johnson there. And I can see that happening because they may end up making Randall L. the offensive coordinator out there. He may not even have to move. You know what I mean? So I can see potentially him bringing him out there because essentially Ben Johnson would be the offensive coordinator anyway. So I can see that. Jet Motkins, Rob Leonard, we would love to keep him around as the DC. Thoughts, fellas? P.S. Wasted. Your drip to date is fire. Graf, hope your birthday was blessed. Thank you. I'm not against that. I would love to find a way to keep Rob Leonard in the building. That would be phenomenal because I know Max and that defensive line, even the entire defense as a whole would love to bring him in, keep him in the building.
That could be one of those things where when you start talking about consistency with Maxx Crosby and making him happy on some level, that could possibly, it's kind of the way how back in the day with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, no matter who was there, Monty Kiffin kind of stayed.
Yeah.
Be one of those kind of things,
Okay, I like that. Salute to Brave, our brother Rick in the building. Graf and Wasted, keep up the good work. You two are the true GOATs. Salute to my guy Rick. You're one of the GOATs for sure, bro. Our guy been around forever, man. Salute to our guy. Salute. Speaking of GOATs, salute to Triple OG Hug D's. Working these old man muscles in the gym. Keep giving me media nonsense to motivate me while I pick things up and put things down. Raider Nation.
You wish you had one muscle to even work. Hug.
Yeah.
F up out of here with that crap.
Bony ass hug. Bony ass hug, bro. Hey, dog. Hey, drinking protein and driving your mother is not enough. Real ones know what I'm talking about. It's not enough to put some muscle on you, man. Stop it.
Out of here, Hug these.
Stop it, Hug. Salute to the nation's own dream off season. B. Johnson, trade for Hooker, sign Trey Smith, which is going to be the hottest commodity in free agency especially on the offensive line. And T. Higgins, allowing us to draft Abdul Carter in the second, Abdul Carter in the second, Hampton in the third, Cam Scatterbo back to back. Let's fucking go, Raiders! Salute to that nation. So that would be cool. Like, could you imagine? I don't know how a off season would get better than that.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it'd be crazy, but there's a lot of moving parts to that. But I would definitely love that. Salute to my guy. Salute to Navman on the $20 special. I got Notre Dame winning the Natty. I believe in Marcus Freeman well above Ryan Day. Coaching will matter in this game more than ever. In my opinion, I firmly believe Ben's going to be a Raider and Shedeur too. Creative shit going down. I love that Navman brought that up because I'm going to play this real quick, all right? For those who didn't get an opportunity, this is what Shedeur Sanders put out. There's a quick 25 seconds.
What has it meant to work with Tom Brady? Tom Brady's a GOAT. It meant everything for me to work with him. Even to this day, I'll review a lot of the footage. I look over it and just the details and how detailed he was even a couple years ago. Really meant a lot. So hopefully, we able to work with him soon. What has it
there
been?
You go. So hopefully we get a chance to work with him soon. What do you think about that right there? I mean, look, wait, so we've been dealing with these tidbits all.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's apparent that in his heart of hearts, he'd like to play for the Raiders, but it's outside of his control.
Yeah.
It's outside of his control. It is what it is. And, we got to sit there and see, whatever GM that comes in, what directive he's being given. Because, look, I like with Brady, being the guy that's in charge of the hiring process. So what happens after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know they said there's supposed to be a synergy between head coach, ownership, and GM, right? So I would hope that whoever they bring in would look at Shedeur favorably.
Yeah.
I will hope that Ben Johnson, because you want Ben Johnson, because to be honest with you, I think Ben Johnson is the more important get than Shedeur Sanders. He's a more important get to me, right?
For sure.
So how does Ben Johnson feel about Shedeur? Is he willing to mortgage the farm for him? Or is he saying, hey, man, I feel like I have a guy I can bring in for like damn near a bag of potato chips and we can run it with him and we'll draft somebody down the line. So you don't really know, you know what I mean? But what I do know is that Shedeur Sanders on that side definitely wants to be a Raider.
Or maybe Ben doesn't even rush it. Maybe he doesn't rush the process in year one. I mean, if we sign Ben Johnson, you guys, it's going to be a lengthy contract and he's safe. Maybe he goes out there and just takes the best player available in the draft this year and he just builds this thing up the right way in the trenches because look at Detroit. Once again, they're one of the best O-lines in football. There's a reason why that ground game, outside of having two phenomenal running backs, there's a reason why Goff and company, they have time to throw the football. They run the football effectively. They built that thing up right on the offensive line. So I wouldn't even be shocked if Ben Johnson came in and said, I don't want one of these quarterbacks early. Let's build this thing up the right way. Whether it's a Will Campbell, whoever it is, I don't care. Let's build up in the trenches. Let's get right. And I'll get my quarterback, like you said, for a bag of chips in free agency, or maybe even run with Aiden O'Connell, which I think most of us wouldn't agree with that. But the big thing is to locate your coach. And if Ben Johnson is in the building, I'm going to trust the process moving forward because of what he has done in Detroit on the offensive side of the ball. Mutation, ways to put your head down at snap time. Salute to my guy.
I don't even know what that even means, but F you, the F up out of here, Mutation.
Salute to OD Raider, man. Thanks for all you do, fellas. Happy belated birthday, Graf. Thank you, OD. Appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you. Salute to 2-4 as well. To all the media members shitting on Raiderland and waste his voice. You are unceremoniously blocked. Get the F out of here. Dang nabbit. So when we suck, get it together. Tom Brady is doing it and still, I think that's what he said. Tom Brady doing it and still shit. So to my guy, RR2. 2-4 in the building, one of the GOATs over here as well, over here at Shedeur. And Raider Manny, we appreciate you, man, for being a member for 29 months. Salute to T4. If BJ is hired, trade up for a quarterback or best player available at 6. It just depends on what they want to do. I don't even know if that's one of the selling points. If they're going to say, hey, if you want a quarterback, go up and get him. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Until we get a general manager in the building, we really don't have an idea of what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and to be quite real with you, like when you start talking about Ben Johnson, what they did to turn around Detroit, they got there was a quarterback there. There was never a time where they didn't have a quarterback. And that's the thing that is a little concerning in a sense, because there was always a quarterback there, whether it was Matthew Stafford or whether they traded him for Jared Goff. You had a quarterback there.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes, right? But there's the Hendon Hooker connection, right? How favorably do they feel about him? Going out and them signing Teddy Bridgewater. How favorably do they feel about, Hendon Hooker, right? And Ben Johnson, is it a long-term thing? Are they going to walk down the hill and try to measure that success? Or are they going to try to turn around in 1 year? We don't know, man.
They have a plan for Hendon. I'm tell you this. If you don't take a quarterback in the second round and not have a plan for him. And remember this, you guys, Detroit is at some point going to have to move on from potentially one of these or two of these big contracts in order to pay everybody to stick around. And, I threw something insane in the universe yesterday, and I thought it was hilarious, and everybody laughed at me, which would be fucking comedy if Detroit said, we're not moving on from Hendon Hooker. Let's just say they shit the bed. This is just having some fun. A little troll here, you guys. What if they shit the bed and they lose this weekend, right? Goff shits the bed. And they say, hey, Ben, you're going to the Raiders? Okay. What do you think about trading and getting Goff? We're going to run with Hendon Hooker.
Man, I'd fucking spontaneously combust. I love Jared Goff.
Remember, Hendon is on a rookie deal. At this point, this is when you're supposed to take advantage of that deal. And then they're going to have to pay a shit ton of other guys here very, very soon.
I love Jared Goff, and I wanted the Raiders to go and get Jared Goff. The year he came out, I wanted them to get him when they were talking about moving on with the Matthew Stat. I love Jared Goff. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league.
I'm a Northern Cali guy.
I do it in the heart.
I follow him at Cal. I'm a Northern Cali guy, so I loved watching him at Cal. Goff is definitely one of the ones. Julio says my Dodgers won a World Series. Sasaki signing with the Dodgers. I just seen that. Icing on the cake would be Raiders getting Ben Johnson and Notre Dame winning the Natty. Salute to my guy Julio. Hey, Julio, do not let Wasted Yankee shenanigans affect your thought process with your baseball team. You won the World Series. Talk your shit, Julio. Don't let Wasted and those Yankee bullshit Bronx Bombers, blah, 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 blah. Don't let that affect you, man.
Listen, man. Laugh now, cry later. The evil empire will be back.
I'm not saying that. My A's are playing in a minor league building, so I can't say shit.
The evil empire will be back. Don't you worry.
Salute to Rosetown. Howard has upside in the third or fourth if we can't get Sanders. Facts. And this is a kid that we talked about a lot over here, the Ohio State kid. We get a real close eye on him, this upcoming week as he faces our Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I'm watching him.
But you know what's funny about Will Howard? If they win a Natty, which they're the favorites, they have a terrific team. Mm-hmm. That's going to kick him up around in the draft. And then as you go through the draft process and then you get into the Underwear Olympics and the measurables
are there. He's like
6'4". Yeah. Don't be surprised if Will Howard is that riser that no one expected.
Yep. Pause. Salute to
that's right. The grower, not the shower.
Yo, salute to OD again. Thanks for all you do, fellas. Happy belated birthday, Graf. OD, my brother, man, so much. Thank you. Salute to Hammer. I don't even know what the hell going on with Ham. My dog. Raider Nation News today became a new member. I don't know what channel.
Molly's Donut Shop.
Salute to our brother Hammer. If you guys are not subscribed to our brother yet, what are y'all waiting on? Nav, slick take. Ben is head coach. Spend draft capital elsewhere. QB in round 4. Gabriel may be there. First round, Jeremiah Smith. In OL, let's see if BJ is that dude. He seems he can go with any quarterback. Salute the Nav, man. I appreciate it. And your heart of hearts, Nav, and I want everybody in the comments section to comment on this, and I want Waste's opinion. Your heart of hearts, Raiders, Jags, Bears. Who's your favorite right now with all the news and everything going on? Who do you really believe is the favorite to bring in Ben Johnson?
I don't think there is a favorite because I think it's all fluid because you haven't had an in-person interview yet. And there's so many different reasons why you would pick a job if you're Ben Johnson. Like, do you value the quarterback, right? So if you value the quarterback, then we're out of the box with that, right? But the thing is, it's really the in-person, the feel, like the relationships, what each organization is willing to do. Yeah. And, from my mindset, it would probably be the Raiders. And I'm not saying that in a biased sense, because the Raiders kind of have a clean slate.
Yeah, they offer.
There's no baggage to attach to Ben Johnson to bring him in. He can come in and kind of make this situation exactly what he sees. He doesn't have to be married to another GM, Sorry.
And once again, no, you're right. You're cooking with grease right now. But the thing is this: remember, you guys, that Mark has sold off some minority stakes. So that means, what does that mean? That means more cash in his pocket. Mark can afford to go out and pay whatever it is that Ben Johnson wants. We can make him the highest paid head coach in the NFL if they see fit to do so. That 5% to Tom, I believe, what was it? A 5% to Richard Seymour. He's been moving some pieces here and there. That frees up a ton of money that goes straight into Mark Davis's pockets. And that allows him to maneuver and shake and make some things happen. I keep hearing people say he's paying this many coaches, he's paying this many general managers. Look, man, he has the money. His pockets are deep. He can afford to make Ben Johnson the highest paid head coach if he believes, and Tom Brady believes, that he could be the next brilliant mind in the NFL as a head coach. Salute to Rick L. Bring in Ben Johnson, draft Abdul Carter. We would love this. In the first, Henderson in the second, the running back out of Ohio State. Trayvon is nice. Yeah, Roy, with one of our third rounds, would love to bring in Rourke out of Indiana. I would take a flyer on Geno Smith and Ben's system. Interesting. Okay. And he was funny. Geno probably would look good. He looked good out there in Seattle. I know he had a down year this year. He was actually, I remember when Geno Smith was coming out of West Virginia, he was mocked to come to the Raiders. Yeah. I think a lot of us thought that he was going to be a Raider.
Yeah, he was mocked to come to the Raiders. Everybody thought he was going to be taken by the Raiders that year.
And he went the Sam Darnold route. It took him a while to get in the right situation, and Pete Carroll and them got their hands on him, and boom. Next thing you know,
he got his cabbage cracked, though. That's what slowed him down. Yeah. I gave him parlay, man. Split that boy wig open, bro.
Facts. Salute to Chance. Wouldn't mind having Ryan Gosling as our head coach. As our quarterback, Goff. Salute to y'all. I'm just ready for free agency in the draft. Salute to my guy, Chance-tastic. Appreciate you, brother, on the $5. Salute to AC. Shout out to Wasted the Graph and the Nation. Salute to my dog. I'm going to get these supers in, you guys, and then we're going to get to Ben Johnson. We talked about that a million times. Get into this Maxx Crosby conversation because, oh, my God, I want to kill this narrative real fast because people are losing their minds, but I do want to hear Wasted's take on this. Salute to Silver and Facts. Just watched the Kyle McCord. For those who don't know, Syracuse's quarterback who's coming out this year. Highlights, and that's definitely a dude that's got a quick release, size, and accuracy. Not the SEC, but didn't have a first-round talent. Kyle McCord is one of the ones. The measurables, the skill set, it all matches up. I like Kyle McCord. If we can get him in the mid-rounds, I think he could be one of the ones you can develop. Or if he falls to like the fifth, bring him in.
Yeah, why not, man? Listen, man, being a person who has a quick release and size, too. Bro, hold on. Whoa, I am holding and release.
Silver Facts. I want you to do this though. This is the thing. Don't just watch the highlights. Watch the tape, because the highlights are going to tell you what you want to hear. The tape is going to tell you sometimes, he did this wrong. He did this. Highlights are only going to show you what he did right. You got to check out the tape. Just watching highlights is not going to do anything for you. And mind you, we get caught up in it sometimes. We'll go check out. I only do that specifically for skill players, like wide receivers, running backs. Sometimes, I can't even say corners because you got to really break down the tape on that. But it's easier to watch a running back's highlights and watch a wide receiver's highlights than just watch a quarterback. And you got to watch the tape. Got to watch the tape. Oil. Both of you are cooking with Crisco.
That's right.
My God, too.
Fat back jumping off here.
I want your opinion on this. Oh, before we get to the Max stuff, Raiders are, well, not are. We already did. We brought in Ron Rivera today, you guys. He did take an interview with the Raiders for that vacancy at the head coach position. This is a guy that's already interviewed with other teams, several teams, the Jets, the Bears. With all the speculation around Ben Johnson, people are kind of forgetting that we're really still making moves around this. You know what I'm saying? But Riverboat was fired as a Commanders coach a year ago. Dan Quinn and company took over. They're in the playoffs the following year, which is crazy. But according to Pro Football Talk, He's 102 and 103 and 2 in Washington and in Carolina. He's a guy that had major success at Carolina with Cam Newton at the quarterback position. That's mainly where he got most of his victories, pretty much a 500 type career. We brought him in. We brought Robert Saleh in, you guys. He's starting to pick up a lot of steam for returning to the Niners. They're trying to make him the highest paid defensive coordinator in the NFL, which makes sense. We did bring in Pete Carroll. We talked to Ben Johnson. We talked to Aaron Glenn. We did bring in Broncos defensive coordinator as well, Vance Joseph. We still have not got a date yet to bring in Todd Monken. This is a guy I'm excited about interviewing, Wasted, because
he's my guy that if we don't get Ben
or Pete Carroll, to me, he's that guy.
That's my top three. Pete, Ben, and Monken. And look, Pete is 73, right? So I might. I don't know. I'm kind of tied with those two guys. So, I would love to bring in Monken, though.
Ton of success at Georgia, ton of success with Baltimore back-to-back years. Lamar putting up career numbers. And we also interviewed Spags, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. But today we brought in Ron Rivera. What do you think about, him coming in and potentially, filling that vacancy at the head coach spot?
Bro, I would be
livid,
disappointed, and I would feel like this is a Raider-ass move, and that we're going to be mired in mediocrity for the rest of my life. Because if anybody is synonymous with mediocre coaching and mediocre football teams, it is Ron Rivera. Yeah. This guy could not win in the NFC East, where it's like, look, listen, the Eagles were okay, but it wasn't like they were world beaters. I've seen Ron Rivera be in the NFC South in a terrible division with the number one pick of Cam Newton and not do much. And Ron Rivera is just a guy that, to me, his
Super Bowl. Went to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton was MVP.
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl and they lost, right? And that was the one time that but going to the Super Bowl is a lot different than actually winning it. And when you start talking about the masterclass of coaches that we got in the AFC West, Ron Rivera cannot hang with no Andy Reid. He can't hang with freaking
any of them, Harbaugh, Peyton,
and Sean, none of them. He's not hanging with none of these guys, bro. He's not that kind of coach. He's just one of them guys who are always in the National Football League. I just don't understand the ideology behind I get no stone left unturned, right? But the ideology behind even interviewing him worries me. I don't like that. Like that guy shouldn't even be on a Raiders radar because of where we are as an organization. This is not the kind of guy that you want to bring here and sell that shit to this fan base. You might as well just kept Antonio Pierce.
Definitely. But you know what? This is just the Raiders doing their due diligence, listening to people. He's a vet. He's been around. I think that this guy is totally at the bottom of the list.
Hey, Ron, you're ass. So we wanted to bring you in to see how we can get even more ass. Get out of it. Get the F.
Salute to Jay, my dog, Demon King. I have a question. Why does everyone keep saying Dillon Gabriel? Do they know that he's 5 foot? He really isn't that good, in my opinion. By me watching him, he is erratic in the pocket when pressured. I'm going to hand this one over to Wasted because he likes Dillon Gabriel.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
Listen, Dillon Gabriel has a nice arm. He moves well in the pocket. You know what I mean? It's strong release. The thing with Dillon Gabriel is the size caveat. And there have not been a lot of quarterbacks that are his size that have been successful in the National Football League.
Drew Brees and nobody else.
Well, Brees, you got Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Russell Wilson. You have Michael Vick is not the tallest guy in the world.
Doug High Stakes Flutie, baby. No,
and I'm not even gonna put him in there. You know what I mean? And then you got to go back to like Sonny Jurgensen and people like that. When you start talking about quarterbacks that are under 6'2" that have been successful in this league. Yeah. So listen, you can say what you want, right? But there's a young guy now out in Arizona named Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray might be the greatest high school football player to ever come out of the great state of Texas, right? And this is a guy right now that is very up and down. He's very up and down, and I think sometimes his size is an issue. And he is a guy who is eons more talented than Dillon Gabriel. So I can understand people not wanting to take him. I like the fact that Dillon Gabriel is a developmental guy that at least is palatable to this fan base. If you draft him anywhere before the second and third round, you're making a grave mistake.
Hey, Jared, we also know, right? Once again, this is the Raiders doing their due diligence, but we do know that Ron Rivera does fall under the Rooney Rule. We interviewed,
Joseph too.
So you need to interview two, right? I think it's two, and Robert Salah, I believe what is he?
Robert Salah is, I don't know if that. Yeah, that's the Rooney Rule as well. But
it's not the Rooney Rule when you already brought in several candidates that already fit that role. So
Ron Rivera, I think it's an insult to say that Ron Rivera is just a Rooney Rule interview. Ron Rivera he's an accomplished coach. He's just not the right coach for the Raiders.
What is he? I have no idea what Robert's is. He Italian? I don't know what
Robert Salah is. I think he's like Palestinian or something like that.
Okay, Middle Eastern. Okay, there you go. But yeah, we did once again, Vance Joseph, Aaron Glenn, and I assume Robert Salah falls in that category as well. So salute to Nav, man. If Ben is the head coach, draft could be multiple quarterbacks in the later rounds. I suspect most be best player available on the board. Until then, purely speculation. Salute to my guy Nav, man. And bro,
Robert Salah is from Lebanon.
Okay,
Lebanon. From Lebanon, so he's Middle Eastern.
Okay. But once again, that does fall under the Rooney Rule, correct?
Yeah, but dude, these guys are accomplished.
Yes.
Coaches. I don't think that. See, the funny thing about rules like that, it's a reality. But the thing is, these guys that are getting interviewed are credible ass coaches, bro. Like, when they're making a mockery of the rule when they go and they interview like some special teams assistant for head coach. Like when you interview guys like Robert Salah that has been successful and been a head coach, and Ron Rivera, who has been in a Super Bowl, and Vance Joseph, who's been all around this league and had great success, to me, and then also, Vance Joseph is a Denver Bronco.
Yeah.
It makes sense to interview him and to see the way he sees the game. It makes sense to interview Spags, to pick his brain a little bit. That's what Al used to do.
Yep.
So I don't see anybody that the Raiders interview not being a credible interview. And that's what's really, really hopeful about what they've been doing. And that's what I would like to see around the National Football League. These guys have earned these interviews. And I don't want to minimize them because they're minorities, and say that, it's a Rooney Rule thing, because these guys earned these interviews, man. And I hate that. That's one of the reasons why I understand the Rooney Rule was a necessary evil, right? But at some point, man, like the NFL is a meritocracy. The better you do, the more you get paid, the more opportunities you get. And I'm glad that the league is kind of getting to a point where that's the case.
Hey, wait, is Liam Cohen, should he fall under the Rooney Rule since he's ginger?
Yo, you trying to get us can't get the F up out of here with your crap.
He's a ginger, bro. He's a ginger.
Ref, listen, I cannot confirm or deny your filth. I don't want to talk about this crap. The F is wrong with you.
So the Happy Roki is an LA Dodger. How do you like that for your evil empire? Wasted. Talk, Happy, talk.
F you.
And this is facts. Gingers don't have souls, Jay. This is
my God. What are you guys doing here? The F is wrong with you. Listen, I love everyone.
And they look like they stink. I'm not saying I don't love them. I mean,
I love everybody. I love everyone. You know who I don't love right now? You, Graphic Raider. Get the F up out of here.
My wife always says, why do you think that redheads look like they stink? I don't know why. It just.
Yo, that is the worst shit I've ever heard. What is wrong with you, man?
Hey, man. Oh my God. She said, stop saying that shit before you get canceled.
What is wrong with you,
yo? Salute to Samu. Samu says everyone is forgetting that TB12 hates losing. He's going to win. And he's making amends for his Tuck Rule nonsense. Things are on the up. Talk that shit, Samu. And I love that you talk in third person. That shit is beautiful to me and cannot confirm or deny your filth. Sivan, my dog. It's my dog right here in real life.
F up out of here.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, look, Cisco, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Tell me that Andy Dalton don't look a little. We gonna get.
Listen, Andy Dalton looks like he has terrific hygiene.
Pause. Just because. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I want to get to this Maxx Crosby interview. For those who did not see it, everybody on Twitter, Instagram is losing their ever living minds today. Once again, it's not a day on social media if Raider Nation is not out there absolutely going bonkers over something that one of our players is saying. Now, me and Wasted had a conversation yesterday about Maxx maybe talking a little too much, right? Wasted said, maybe sometimes you just need to just keep it down, the interviews minimum and so on and so forth. My take was this. He's starting to have some injuries. He's starting to plan for his career after football. I don't know if you guys seen, but he put some stock into, I believe, some restaurants or something, what it is. He's starting to use his money and starting to get into other avenues outside of football, including commentary, right? Mm-hmm. So I understand why he's running around and doing the Good Morning Footballs and all the other shows. I get it. And with this, some things come with it, like him talking about it being an eerie feeling in the headquarters right now. I'm going to read exactly the words that he said. They asked about the state of the Raiders and how he feels, being a Raider moving forward. He said it's a very eerie feeling around here. I would say a lot of new changes and things like that. Obviously, with Coach AP getting fired and General Manager Jim Telesco as well. I don't know why they said Jim. Telesco as well. For me, I'm just focused on the day-to-day, and a lot of things are out of my control. Now, there was something, nobody tripped off of that. What happened was he slipped and said something that he didn't mean to say, and he was trying to say something totally different. He basically said, he tried to say, when AP and Tom Telesco was here, but he ended up saying something like, when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about being with the Raiders in past tense. Okay. You guys, it was a fumble of the words. All right. Maxx is still essentially pretty new to this whole podcasting, television space. I didn't take anything out of this. I thought that he was just saying when they were here, not when I was there or when I was here. People were making it seem, he's talking past tense and so on and so forth.
But whatever.
Go ahead.
Whatever, man. Bro, look, first of all, I'm getting tired of guys that are currently playing, starting podcasts. I get sick of that shit, bro. Like, he can do whatever he wants, right?
I think right now, real quick to add to it, I live in Dallas, and all of them hate that Micah Parsons is on Bleacher Report doing podcasts. So just throwing it out there, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sick of that shit because, with Maxx, right? Like, Maxx don't have to do this as far as, whatever he feels like he needs to get across to the Raiders. Like, if you want more money, bro, don't do the little tongue-in-cheek bullshit. Well, I gotta weigh my options and Hey, bro, you sit down and hang out with Mark Davis and smoke cigars with him.
The 8 Lounge every week.
Every week. You got his ear, bro. Just fucking bring your agent to the 8 Lounge and y'all talk it out. Why don't you do, I get tired of this generation thinking everything is for everybody. Everything is not for public consumption, bro.
It's not. And I agree with you.
And it's annoying, bro. And, what happens is when you are a public figure like Maxx Crosby, right? Everything you say is for public consumption. And the more you put out there, the more narratives get started and the more problems you create. Just like last year when you went and you advocated for a coach who wasn't ready, right? You put your reputation online. If we don't get him, this and that's gonna happen. And then now you're non-committal now. Now you're saying, well, look, man, I'm just a player. I'm just
Let me add something real quick to this. He did say, I'm still in the headquarters every day working out. He's on a scooter right now. He'll be able to walk again next week. He has a few more months, I believe, of rehab, 3-4 months, so on and so forth. He went through, but he said he's in the building every single day working out.
I don't care. Like, Doug, the fact that we even have to talk about this is bad. The only thing that should be being talked about is who's going to be the next coach, and hopefully it's Ben Johnson, and hopefully it's something, because these narratives, if you guys haven't seen, affect the players in the goddamn building. That was the problem with Devontae Adams. That's the problem with the Raiders at large. You are going, and all of the things that you say that you don't like about what's going on with the Raiders, and all of this stuff, it's hard around here, I don't know. You're creating it. Shut up.
So shout out to Ginger Nation. This is facts, man. And I agree with you. And there was a few things that he said during that interview too that he should have knew was going to ruffle some feathers. He basically stated that he has a few ex-teammates, Amik Robertson and another guy I believe that he went to school with that worked for, Detroit. And they said that they can't wait for him to be in that locker room with Dan Campbell. He said this publicly, right? And that his mom is from Detroit, born and raised. His family's born and raised out there. And was born and raised outside of Detroit. So it's still home to him. So he is kind of feeding into a little bit of this talk of potentially not being a Raider anymore. And he has every right to speak about whatever the hell he wants to talk about. But I agree. Because the one thing you can't do is say this type of shit and then get upset that people take it the way they take it. You get what I'm saying?
Also, you can't get upset about the circus around a team. You putting up the tent, you bringing the elephants in, you bringing the clown show right to the gate. Yeah. Just work, do your thing, and nobody's saying that Maxx don't work, right? He's a grown man; he can do what he wants. I know he don't care what we say, right? But as a current player for a team, the last thing that this fan base that you claim you love so much needs is to feel like you're not all the way in with us.
Nation of Pillagers. Maxx had a ginger moment, bro. That's all it was. Maxx had a ginger moment, bro.
You're gonna double down on this crap that you're talking. You're just gonna double on down, huh, Graf? Get the F up out of here with your crap.
And I love it because Wasted is absolutely cooking this subject right here. And I totally agree with you. But I also understand we're elder statesmen in the nation, right? We've been around before social media and all that stuff. This is their way of being. Could you imagine? And we've said this before, what Dion would have been like with social media around back in the day, Michael Irvin, so on and so forth. We would never know because it wasn't around. These guys are going to use their platform.
Yeah, I would have still been like,
yeah, be the money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, they're going to use these platforms to be able to, do some things and put some things out there publicly. I'm gonna say this. I think for the first time, I truly believe that Maxx wants to be a Raider, but I truly believe that this is the first time that he's kind of playing a little bit in the media in terms of maybe I will kind of dip my foot out there and see if there's some greener pastures elsewhere. I do believe that Maxx wants to be a Raider, but I also believe he doesn't know the direction. What are we doing? What do we got going on?
I believe that Maxx is a human being, and I believe that if this shit don't go the right way this offseason,
he's gone.
Next year, he'd be gone.
Yeah, agree.
And guess what? I'm still going to be a Raider fan.
Facts.
And guess what? He'll just be another guy who we wanted to see win here, who didn't.
Yeah, facts.
And at the end of the day, sun up, sun down, I'm a Raider to the end.
Ever. But I have to say this. The Detroit segment kind of irritated me a little bit because he was laughing and joking, and if I was there, so on and so forth. He did say something along the lines of, I kind of hate them because they're there in the playoffs and I'm not, right? But the thing was, we have to stop taking these little words the way, like when they were here. He actually meant to say, when he said when I was there, he meant to say when they were here. You know what I'm saying? When AP and when Tom Telesco. He wasn't speaking in past tense, you guys.
So everybody's trying to be saying it's a Freudian slip, and that's bullshit. If you talk enough, you'll mess up when you talk. I do it all the time, guys.
Right? I think I just did a few times.
That's when you do it a lot.
I just said that redheads stink on live. So yeah, I definitely fumbled my way.
And yet you double down again. What an asshole.
Oh, double. Ripple. Let's
Triple
go.
Down, right?
God fails.
Go ahead. But listen, yo, that's the problem with this. You are a current player under contract for the Raiders, and you talking about a team that's in a whole nother conference that they have like designs on you, and so all these rumors in the media.
That one
particular team. So basically, what are you doing? Are you like greasing up? Are you greasing everything up for you to slither up out of here? Yeah, listen. No pause and all gas, because maybe you're trying to slither up out of here and trying to save face, or you trying to like walk back your dedication to the Raiders. If you're doing that, bro, then just say what you mean and mean what the F you say. If you all in, you got this shit tatted on you, then shut the fuck up about leaving and going to another team. And I don't care, bro. Like, listen, I've been a Raider fan before Maxx Crosby was born.
Yeah.
I like players, I respect them, but I don't kiss none of their asses. I don't care, bro.
You old as shit, bro.
Yeah, well, you are too. You was a Raider fan before he was born too, motherfucker.
Why you throwing? What did I do? You throwing me in there?
Bro, how old is Maxx Crosby, bro? 26? 28?
Yeah.
Were you not a Raider fan 28 years ago?
28.
Were you not? You 41 years old, bro. Were you not a Raider fan?
Why you got to put that into the universe?
So let's go. Let's go. Let's be for real. Everybody sits up here and they're like, no, please don't say anything to Max before he leaves. Guess what? If he wants to leave, then guess what I'm gonna say? Good riddance. Because man, look, bro. It's not that I don't respect what these guys do, but yo, just like with a woman, if she want to leave, you gotta let her go.
Yeah.
And guess what? With a player, if you want to leave and you don't want to be here no more, then see you later, bro. But guess what? I'm not fucking ever gonna take off my dedication to this team because they'll get it together eventually.
Yeah, facts. Salute to God, family, and Raiders for life. Max is being real. And what I took from it was he needs the rest of his contract guarantee. We talked about that extensively. Period. Can't have him without any guaranteed money left. Salute to God, family, and Raiders for life. Salute to Marvin Lewis as well, man. Who's to say we don't trade Max for Hooker? I mean, that's not going to happen.
That'd be the stupidest trade in the history of the world, Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, unless you got a 2 firsts tied to it. And maybe you're alluding to that, Marvin. Maybe, him being a piece of that trade. But I don't see that happening. Maybe 2 firsts in Hooker, and we're cooking up. But yeah, that's not going to happen. Not straight up. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Marvin. Also, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this, but Tom Brady came out as well through his agent. He does plan to continue his commentary. So he signed a 10-year deal, I believe, right? To be in the booth. And it was a $375 million contract with Fox. And that started 2022, I believe. So he is not planning to move on from the booth at all. So what you do? What the fuck you laughing about?
Bro, like, really? Like, dog, do you know how much they paid him?
$375 million.
Bro, they paid him, listen, $375 million. It just make you ugly when you say it. Yeah. $375 million, damn near $500 million. And you think unless the league, I think he'd probably give his stake to the Raiders back before he gave that up.
Facts.
Fuck out of here, bro.
But for those who were asking, and even some of us were thinking, maybe, the nation, maybe he would eventually step down at some point and take a bigger role with the Raiders. He's thugging it out. So
yeah, bro, I said this on my show last week, right? Like I was like, well, maybe he might, because of what he got going, maybe he might.
They may force him out. They may force him out.
And I thought about it, and I was like, bro, listen,
375, bro.
307. Because I forgot how much they was paying Tom to do it. I forgot because he signed the deal when he was still playing and shit. Yeah. And I went back and I looked after I got off my show, and I said, oh hell no! I was waiting to do a solo show to talk about this. I'm like, yo, I'm not giving $375 million back.
Hell no.
Nothing.
Hell no.
Shit, man. Like, God bless you, Tom Brady. Just don't say anything stupid and stay out of people's locker rooms so you don't get us and get draft picks taken from us.
I wanted to talk to you about this too. And I know the nation probably seen this on Twitter and Instagram and probably on several articles. Remember when we were at the draft at Barcode? And salute to the 2,000 people in the building, you guys. Wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe on both channels if you're not subscribed yet. We definitely appreciate every single one of you guys. Remember, we were at Barcode. We were covering the draft. We took Tyree in round 1. Wasted, had a meltdown. We took Michael Mayer. We moved up, took him in the 2nd.
Yes.
In the 3rd, right, we got Trey Tucker. And then there was an interesting pick there where we ended up taking Byron Young.
High stakes Young. And I was like, yo, the one from Tennessee is better. Yes. Do we get the one from Tennessee? And Andy and
That's what we both thought. We both thought. We went
and then Andy was like, well, which one did they get? I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
So this is a kid in Byron Young that has been phenomenal with the Rams. I'm talking about on his way to superstardom. Over 15 and a half sacks his first 2 seasons in the NFL. The kid had, I believe, 10 or 11 this past season. Phenomenal young outside linebacker. So it's funny, salute to Q. He put it out there that he thinks the Raiders actually intended to take Byron Young out of Tennessee. And I think that a lot of us assume that. So he just put this out there on ESPN Radio. I wanted to bring this up. Salute to Q. This is just me. I don't know this for a fact, but I definitely believe they selected the wrong Byron Young. I think unintentionally It was the attention to detail. And remember, this is Josh McDaniels and Ziegler at the time. I don't know this, and it could just end up being a funny story, but he was selected before Byron Young went to the Rams. And I remember a lot of people said, wait, are you sure it's the Alabama one that they were talking about? That was us, including us. So I just find this hilarious because they said adding fuel to the fire, the Raiders might have screwed up. This is coming from the Sporting News. The Rams edge rusher recently admitted he received a text message from Las Vegas saying that the team was going to draft him, only to later find out the Raiders were texting the wrong agent. This is such a Raider fucking move, if true, and just adding salt to the wound in terms of how incompetent this organization has been in terms of drafting and just everything. How do you feel about this?
That pisses me off. Why even right? No disrespect to Q.
Salute the ground.
Right? No disrespect to Q, right?
Yeah.
You're on ESPN radio, right? Mm-hmm. And you have a show every week with JT the Brick, and you work for the Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck would you put a story like this out if you don't have anything to substantiate it, right? And also, bro, the people who did that are already fired.
Yeah.
Twice over.
Yeah.
What good is this? What good can that bring to the Raiders? And I understand they're not fans of the team. They're media punters, but you work for the team and nobody needs that narrative around. Now, look, this is an NFL team, right? Yeah. So you mean to tell me, bro, that a GM, a coach, and all of these scouts didn't know what player they were drafting?
And bro, and what did we need that year in that draft? We needed a defensive tackle very desperately.
Yeah, so get the fuck out of here. And I normally don't curse like that. I say get the F. I try not to curse too much, but I'm a little pissed off, right? Like, stop with that shit. Like, bro, and then you work for the team, right? And then everybody, and this is the thing about a lot of these guys, man, that's in the media, right? They try to put their ashes out on their head against guys like us. They say, oh, well, they just fan creators and shit like that. And then you go and you put out a story like this that you don't really know is to be the truth. What good unless you know it's the definite truth, what good does that bring to the Raiders?
And I think, no, you're right. You're totally right. And I know that Q was actually a fan. He started
as a fan creator. So what the fuck, man?
Yeah, but the thing was, I think it was easy. And I'm not saying that this is true that Q did this, but it's clear that he heard the story of Byron Young, Tennessee's Byron Young, stating that he was texted by the Raiders. And that I think it was kind of just putting two and two together there.
Who cares? It's done. Yeah. That both these guys, the coaches who drafted him, that Byron Young play for the Eagles now, and I think he might have got cut by them. Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Hey, let me say this, Odie. Regardless, I don't know Q personally, and I've never had any interactions with him or anything like that. There was supposed to be a time where we were supposed to do something with him in Vegas, and we decided on not going out there and doing the event. But I'll state this: he is on the Raiders channel a lot. Him and JT the Brick doing interviews with players and stuff. So you can't say he doesn't work for the team. He is tied to ESPN. Once again, I don't know him. I don't know what his contract is.
And I'm not trying to get out.
No, big ups to Q. Hey, he's a Raider fan, so we got love for him regardless. But I agree with you in a sense of why talk about that when there's really clearly nothing to back up that claim. So, and we're already looked at as a dumpster fire around the NFL world, and we're kind of finally having some good juju here right now with the whole Ben Johnson stuff and so on and so forth. I feel like it was a bad time, to throw that out there. But I find it hilarious, though. It is funny, though.
It pisses me off, bro, because you can see, bro. Like, it's not a coincidence to me, bro, that, you have a wave of good news for the Raiders, right? You have a wave of, they're the favorites of Ben Johnson. And then now you have this equal wave of the Raiders are terrible. Look how they fucked up the draft a few years ago with guys who weren't out in the building. That is still attached to the owner.
Yeah.
Like, so it seems like, and I don't mean to be the conspiracy theorist, but it seems like, there's a concerted effort for us not to never have anything good. Then you got Maxx Crosby sitting up here, like, putting these, like, I don't know, it's like microaggressions and shit on social media and with his show. Like, bro, man, like, come the fuck on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, I just want the Raiders to go about their offseason, get what they need to get, and not have all these peripheral things trying to make the organization look bad. It's not bad enough that we're losing. Like, that's not good enough for people who don't like this team. Like, why do y'all gotta come and try to make it like we're like this fucking, organization that's a pariah to the National Football League? It's bullshit.
Now that story definitely didn't help the cause of us trying to move in a different direction and get that bad stigma off us. So I totally agree with you. And John Calvin, you know what's funny? I just shared the Mike Florio and Dan Patrick clip on Twitter. I'm gonna be real. He actually wasn't talking.
He didn't cook us, man.
At the end, he said some shit. He definitely said some shit. But and I love it. I love it. Along, he said, Wasted hasn't missed all show. Definitely, Wasted's been cooking. But I thought that he was just really talking about, the Raiders being a real option, being an option for Ben Johnson, and that's what he's hearing. And so I didn't really get a lot of bad talk from Mike Florio in that. You know what? Let me play that. I'm going to play the audio real quick. And salute to everybody here in the building, as always. I'm not going to put the video up because I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want us to get demonetized.
Wait, do me a favor. Put it up. Come on. I'm waiting. Put it on up.
This is Mike Florio, you guys. We have him right here.
Yours truly, the one and only Mike Florio.
The ventriloquist dummy himself, Mike Florio. So let me see. Okay, here we go.
The audience is tired. Why is the coaching carousel slowed down?
Because there's only two guys who are no-brainers going into it, Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson. Now, with Ben Johnson, the question is there a spot where he is willing to go and give up this opportunity to be part of an emerging juggernaut in Detroit? And also, not every guy wants to be the guy at the front of the room. I've heard that Ben Johnson relishes his current role as mad scientist, coming up with all these trick plays, running the offense, and not dealing with the pressure of being the head coach. Look at what Dan Campbell has to deal with. I mean, he got doxxed. They had people show up at his house. When you're the offensive coordinator, that doesn't happen. When you're the head coach, that happens. And alignment has been the word most associated with Ben Johnson. He wants alignment with the front office. So you look at some of these jobs where there's a GM that maybe isn't going to be as aligned. And then you look at the Raiders, where 2 days after they fired the head coach, they cleared out the GM. The alignment is more likely going to be in Vegas if he chooses that job. And all indications when you talk to people around the league are the Raiders really want him. The question is, does he want to leave the Lions for anyone, specifically a Raiders team that needs a lot of help to become a contender?
Yeah,
so he wasn't talking bad. And there's more to it. I'm not going to play the entire clip, but he wasn't talking bad. He was just
a lot of help. That's what everybody's hung up on. That's what everybody hung up on. A lot of help. The Raiders need a month. They need to move a mountain to be able to win 6 games. That's what that was. Yo, man, look, Mike Florio, it's embedded in him, bro. It's embedded in him. I don't know if somebody from the Raiders like banged his girlfriend. I don't know, but he don't like the Raiders. And
I think the whole locker room did Wasted. To be honest,
I don't give a shit. We need to start winning, bro. Like, and that's why I don't care, bro. Y'all talk all the crap you want. That's what you're supposed to do, Mike Florio. But you know what? With Q, I like Q Myers, bro. But I expect better than that from you, Q. I expect better, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I expect better.
Go ahead and take this one real quick, Wasted.
My issues with Max is that the Raiders are in the middle of trying to recruit some high-end coaches, and this man can never stop dancing around his future with the team. How does that help the Raiders? It doesn't. It doesn't. If you want stability, you want to win, Max, shut the fuck up and get well and come back and play well. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. And listen, and I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't care. Shit like that. Yeah, nothing sweet about me. Like, so if anybody got a problem with what I say, then you got a problem with it. I don't give a shit, man. I'm tired of this crap.
Wasted is on 10, and I love every single second of it. Salute to everybody. Get some questions in, you guys. We're about to be about an hour and a half here in a second. We're not going anywhere. If you guys want to talk about what Shedeur put out into the universe about Tom Brady, you want to talk about Maxx Crosby and his comments on Good Morning Football, whatever you want to do. You know, another thing that I hate about this situation is that we're coming off of Devontae Adams doing this with Kay Adams. That's another thing that makes this worse, right, Wasted? Because we had one of our leaders going public and speaking about shit and then publicly asking for a trade. So it just is difficult to listen to the other guy that you think is the Mr. Raider, Mr. Raider, just go to bat and go to war for the shield to kind of follow that up. It kind of sucks to see that. It does. But once again, I didn't think that he said too much that was wrong. I agree with you in a sense of just go about your rehab. Wait and see approach with our general manager and our head coach, and then we can kind of move on from there and see what it is. But to kind of talk and not know what we're doing yet, and I would assume, would you assume that maybe they're kind of keeping him in the know? I mean, that would be the one player, if you did keep anybody in the know, it'd be Maxx Crosby, right?
I would hope they don't. You kept him in the know last year, and we wound up we wound up with a glorified cheerleader as a coach, right? Like, man, look, bro, players play, owners own, GMs GM. Like, coaches coach. I'm sick of this player empowerment shit with the National Football League. You can't have that, bro. It's too many different players. Everybody got a different contract situation. Everybody has a different metric for success. Everybody actually has a different goal. You can't have one guy kind of like steer shit. You can't. So just leave. Let him be what he is, a player. Pay him. If it's about his contract, then go get your contract negotiated, and everything that has to do with the nuts and bolts of who you're going to pick to run the organization, pick them. Because if you pick the right person, it don't matter whether Maxx Crosby's here or not. The right person will get this thing right with another group of players.
Facts. If that's Abdul Carter, if you bring back Malcolm Kuntz, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Look, no one's bigger than the Shield. And Josh, I know that, and we've talked about it a million times. Salute to Sean Reed. I mean, we're already assuming that once again, with no guaranteed money and coming off of 2 injuries, a knee injury and an ankle injury, that it's about the money. He can complain about stability. He can complain about not having a head coach more than this and teammates coming in and out. It's at this point, it's a business. It's about the money. It's about the money. And I think that Maxx wants that. And like you said, I think that he has such a great relationship with Mark Davis that they can get something aligned behind the scenes. Because once again, they meet up a lot, you guys. 8 Lounge in Las Vegas. If you guys freak with the 8 Lounge, they're in there kicking and smoking cigars all the time, chopping it up. I've seen them together, you know what I'm saying, vibing out and smoking it and chopping it up. They're close enough where if it is about the money, he doesn't have to go about it in a roundabout way publicly when he already has the straight right into his office. Right into his office. You don't really need to play these games if it is about the bread. And I agree, Cisco. He said this might be Waste's best show ever. Bruh is cooking.
Nah, come on, man.
So the Jay Castro. And I'm just here, man, so I don't get fined today. I am Ron Harper. Wasted is Dennis Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan. I'm the other guy.
Yeah, with that crap.
I'm the other guy. Salute to Castro. Crosby whines too much. He does do microaggressions. Brady is cold and competitive. I can see him shipping his ass to a crappy team for 2 firsts. I mean, there's no trade clause. I mean, shit. So you could move him wherever you see fit, right? But you wouldn't want to do that. What kind of president do you set already moving off from Devontae Adams and sending Maxx somewhere where he wouldn't want to be? I don't find any value in that, because potential players that come in later on, they respect Maxx so much that they're going to look at that and say, do we want to be a part of that?
Yeah. I mean, and not like, not for nothing, bro. Part of the problem.
Oh shit.
What the hell was that?
Was that some drums again? It sounded like the doom doom.
I don't know what one of my kids just dropped in the kitchen. I don't know what the fuck that was. I guess I'll figure it out when I get off the air, right? But the fact that you heard that,
it sounded like a bowl of cereal falling off the counter and the spoon went in another direction on the floor.
Yeah, bro. I think that one of my kids tried to put something on the shelf or something, and something fell. It sounds like a lot of dishes are broken right now, so I'm not even going to deal with this. But
Buddha's in the house. Salute to Martin.
But bro, the thing about all of this,
right? Maxx just sent the drone into your house, bro. That's exactly what it is,
bro. The fact that Mark Davis is friends with the players is the biggest problem. That's the reason why Al used to keep him away from the team. I don't know if you guys, there was a story about a Raider legend negotiating his contract, and Mark helped him. He won, and guess what? His father was pissed.
I know who that is.
Yeah, you know. And that's the problem.
Yeah. Salute to John Calvin. Glorified cheerleader. Wasted his own one. Shit talking, no crap. Salute to my guy, John Calvin, in the building, man. Salute, salute, salute. He said, Wasted got all the Infinity Stones today.
Y'all wildin', bro.
Hey, man. No, rare form today, brother. Rare form. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on, man? Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Wasted channel. Raider Nation News, well, not Raider Nation, Raider Nation Unlimited. Go over there and subscribe to our brother Hammer to Raider Nation News today. But also, man, subscribe over here if you're not subscribed yet. We definitely appreciate you guys keeping us in the algorithm. It definitely keeps our videos flowing, keeps the views up, and keeps us in people's eyes. So make sure you hit those likes and hit those subscribe buttons, man. Salute to Rash. Max is another player who gave us a chance, and we ain't do shit. You got a right to feel this way. It's like broken promises every year, guys. Well, let me say this, Rash. We made him one of the highest paid defensive ends in the league. We drafted him out of a small school where I don't know if anybody else would even took a flyer him at that point. And we helped develop him into the monster that he is today. And the Raiders were a pivotal, not pivotal, like very, very pivotal part of his sobriety and helping him help shape the man he is today. So I understand what you mean in terms of, but he gave us a chance. We gave him a chance. It's the other way around.
Man, bro, look, man. Y'all act like
and I love Max. I love Max.
Free, bro. Y'all act like Maxx Crosby playing for free, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Maxx Crosby is a multimillionaire driving around in a flying spur Bentley. He's been able to take care of his children for generations over. He's a 4th round pick that played over his contract, but the Raiders were willing to invest on him and give him a chance, right?
Yeah.
But it's an even exchange here, right? It's an even exchange. The thing for me is that, yo, if things don't work out and you feel like in your infinite wisdom that the timeline is up and you got to go somewhere else because you want to win, that's your right, Maxx Crosby. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Guess what? If you're going to do it.
Do it.
Do it and do it.
Yeah.
If not, then just shut up. But, bruh, going and hinting and needling and whatever you're trying to do, like, just fucking spit it out, bruh.
What's wrong?
Spit it out like Tiana Trump. Spit it out.
God damn. The thing is this. I'm not trying to say this is the same situation, but it was like Devontae telling everybody that everything was okay. Everything was good. Everything was good. Everything was good. And then demanding a trade immediately. Right? Like remember, I want to be a Raider. I don't know where all this is coming from. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know where this is coming from. And the next thing you know, I went out.
And that's the problem with a lot of these guys, even with the owner. And it pisses me off with Mark. Yo, bro, stop trying to be nice. Be the fucking bad guy. Yeah. Why do you worry about wearing a black hat? Wear it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like even with my children, right? Something just broke. I don't want to be pissed off. And if it's their fault, guess what? I am going to go in there and I'm going to wear the black hat because sometimes you have to, right? If you feel like you don't know where you're going to be, bro, you don't have to say nothing. Your actions should dictate what you do. You know, why does everybody feel like they got to have this little preamble when they want to do something? Just do it and live with your decision.
The thing is, Mark is a spawner. He's somewhat like his father, right? Meddling with the players, loves them, it's like family, so on and so on. We got our bad guy now, and his name is Tom Brady. But
the thing is, Al, when I'm going to cut you off, Grab. When you talk about Al meddling with the players, he didn't meddle with the players. He respected the players.
Yeah, he did.
He mentored the players, but you never, ever.
Oh, no, you never played with him. You
never ever forgot who the boss was.
Yeah.
And you never, ever demanded shit of Al Davis because he didn't be here.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, yo, be an owner, dog. Like, stop, like, oh, hey, we're buddies. No, you're not. You pay them, and they work for you, bro. Like, that's the difference, man. I'm sorry, man.
No, my dog just farted, bro. She smells like straight shit right now, man. Salute to Pale Moon. Hey, Wasted Graphic and Raider Nation from your friendly neighborhood Cowboys.
Oh, what's up, brother?
Salute to my guy Loon, man. Salute to John Forte with the $20 special as well. I'm sick of Crosby and his bullshit subliminal messages. Every year, he thinks he's bigger than the Shield. Never seen a player do this. Been a Raider fan since 1980. Trade his ass. Salute to John Forte. I think we're kind of jumping the gun here, Forte. I think that he's one of the main reasons that a lot of these guys would want to come over in free agency. I think that if Ben Johnson does take the job, he's a major reason why. You know, look, I'm not jumping the gun. I think Max is going to be a pivotal part of our team moving forward. I do agree with maybe just bringing it down a notch in terms of talking publicly and, so on and so forth. If you have any gripes with the organization, there are people in power that you can speak with, that you are very close with, that you have ties to. So Forte, I don't want to jump the gun and get all, trade them, because then what?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that, yo, man, men, like, and you, bro, like Raider Rush says, he gave us 100%. Bro, he it's his body, it's his career. He ain't giving us shit. He's doing what's inside of him in his heart because he wants to be great. And I appreciate it, bro. But what I'm saying to you is that doesn't give you carte blanche to do fuck shit. Just because you're a great player and just because you give 100%, don't give you 100% like leeway to do bullshit. And if you do some shit that the Raider fan base or and this is my opinion, bro, right? It might be 1,000 Raider fans who don't agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I wear this and I sign off. I support this message. I think that that's bullshit. And maybe it's my age, right? But I don't like this new like communication between players and fans when the lines are blurred, bro. Yeah. The lines are blurred. This is shit that if you're thinking this, bro, and you got a whole nother 2 years on your contract and you're not willing to leave, that we should even hear about. So like if you're committed, then be committed and shut up and be committed.
Reg says, sorry to cut you off, Wasted. Abdul Carter changes a lot of narratives. I'm just saying. Salute to Reg back.
Hey, listen, bro. That's legitimate, right?
And real ones know, too. And salute to our guy, Reg. His family over there. Real ones know. He checked Maxx hinting at a trade request. We don't know what it is. We don't know. Maybe Maxx just isn't reading the room and he's just going, talking and just talking. I don't really know what this is at this point. I haven't reached out to him. I don't know anybody who has reached out to him. All I can do is assume that he wants to be here because he says it. But some of the words that he chooses to use, it does seem like he's kind of keeping his options open right now, and he's free to do so. But once again, it could be about that guarantee money. But like Wasted alluded to, he has 2 years left on his deal. If it's about the money, hey y'all, take care of me. Take care of me. Give me right, and we right back at it. We're gonna run this thing back. We're gonna get right.
It sounds like, a chick asks you if you got a girl. So what, you got a girl? Yes, something like that. It's complicated. That's how he sound to me, bro. That shit is weak, bro.
Yo, salute to Robert Hicks gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. Salute to our guy, Robert Hicks. We appreciate you, bruh. Real talk, man. Green Dot Gang is growing, and it's because of you guys. If you guys want to become Green Dot or get off my lawn gang and you missed out on those, hit the links to pinned up top, man. Definitely helps us keep the lights on. Salute to Robert Hicks. Jay Hill as well. Not sold on BJ. We had Hot Steez before. Gruden, Norv. Gruden took us to a Super Bowl. He took a team to the top. That team went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He won a Super Bowl somewhere else, and then
against us.
Team that went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but either way, it was not a problem when we brought in Gruden the first time. That was the right move, and it paid dividends. That was a great team in the early 2000s, late 90s. So, and Norv, Josh McDaniels was definitely a blunder. No, so salute to Jay Hill, my dog.
He acts like that was Norv's first job as a head coach.
Yeah. Norv has been around.
Norv had already been the head coach of the Washington Redskins, and then
won some championships with the Cowboys as well. Won some championships over there.
Yeah, as the but I'm saying I'm talking about his first head. But you got to understand, right? The Norv Turner move, right, was a financially motivated move at that time.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Al Davis, the team was bad. He wasn't financially solvent. Right. So when there were these other coaches that were the top guys, nobody would even consider coming here.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to get in when you fit in. Al at the end of his life hired a whole bunch of guys that would have never been asked to be head coach anywhere else. Right.
Yep.
When you talk about Josh McDaniels, that is what happens when you have a Mark Davis making that decision and he's sitting around a table with guys that he trusts. Right. People, his inner circle of trust. And like it's the intent behind why he signed Josh McDaniels, I can't get mad at, because that's why I agree with it. I'm like, well, look, man, shit. By the law of averages, you got an all-time great coach like Bill Belichick, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of the all-time greats have a coaching tree. Why is his coaching tree so putrid? So if there's anyone that soaked up any of that game, it would be Josh McDaniels, right? But it didn't work out that way. You can go back to Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh's coach's tree is really It starts at Bill Walsh, and it comes down from Paul Brown to Bill Walsh.
Gather around the campfire, you guys.
Shanahan and Holmgren, and then after those guys, you got Gruden and all of these guys and Andy Reid. This all goes back to like Paul Brown, right? So, and so that's the reason why he hired Josh McDaniels. It's like, well, damn, who's had more success as a coordinator than him?
Yeah,
it made sense, but the problem was it's not what you do, it's how you do it. He didn't go about it right like how he's doing now. You're going out and you have a headhunting agency that is professionals at hiring the right person.
This is what they do. This is what they do. No, facts. Salute to God, family, and Raiders for life. Wasted, what's your address so I can send you a Starbucks so you won't be mad? Or tell your wife to walk by. You seem real happy when she walks by. Salute to God and family.
I'm always happy when she walked by.
Salute to Philmatic as well. Salute, fellas. We're about to flip the script in the next few seasons, my guy. Believe that. Raiders. Salute to my dog Philmatic on a $5 special. Salute to McFly. Wasted, I just joined. Have you had your coffee yet? Salute to
I haven't. I need another cup. How much longer are we going to go, Graf?
Got a few more.
Hey, hold on. You guys, you know what? How I normally do in the solo shows, I make a call to Mrs. Wasted. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm calling Mrs. Wasted Jr., my daughter. My oldest.
I'll hold it down. Graham, wrong way to create content for your channel, Max. That's what it looks like to me.
Sweetheart, make me a cup of coffee, please.
Salute to Graham, my guy.
And I got a cup here, or you could just bring another one.
Tell Uncle Graham need one too.
Oh, hey, me. Uncle Graf says he need a cup too. She said a cup of coffee to Texas is crazy.
Yo, salute, you guys. Get a few questions in before we shake, rattle, and roll. We still got over 2,000 people in the building with us, so get some questions in. Let's have some fun. Some PM coffee and convo. Talk that shit, Philmatic. Salute to CGR in the building as well. Salute to Rusty Coat. Salute to Enrico. Pay Max, but if the Raiders, I'm looking for another edge rusher in the draft. And this is why I look, man, Abdul Carter. I'm telling you, if he's available, which I don't think he will, he'll be probably a top 3 pick. And he's probably.
It depends on how the top of the draft moves with these quarterbacks, right? Because, there are a lot of people around the league that are saying that Shedeur Sanders might not be as highly touted and looked upon as we think. And we've seen drafts where there are a lot of guys that are a hell of a lot more talented than Shedeur Sanders fall. Mm-hmm. We've sat there and watched Aaron Rodgers damn near fall out of the first round.
Yeah.
And I think Aaron Rodgers, when I looked at him at Cal, I've never seen Shedeur Sanders make any play close to Aaron. He was phenomenal, bro.
Wasn't it so uncomfortable watching him sit in that green room for so long? I'm like, what the hell is going on, bro? Like,
well, that was the Jeff Tedford.
Yeah.
People were saying that all, Joey Harrington, all those guys that flamed out.
Oh my god.
Fucking David High Stakes Car and all those bums.
David High Stakes Car. McFly, I'm good, brother. I'm good. I feel really good. Just got done. Give me a nice workout. I'm blessed, King. I'm blessed. Trust me. I'm good. Salute to Forte as well. Wasted. Have to disagree.
Thank you, baby.
Wasted. Have to disagree. Was the Donkeys coach in our division and put them in the gutter was a horrible hire. Oh, okay. I think he's talking about Josh McDaniels. Wasted. Have to disagree. He was the Donkeys coach in our division and put them in the gutter was a horrible hire.
Well, look, hindsight being
was the Visor. Okay, Visor, the Donkeys coach. There you go.
Bro, look, the ideology was he went back and won some more Super Bowls with New England after New England kind of took a little siesta from winning Super Bowls without him. Mm-hmm. And it looked like, well, damn, hit the second time's going to be the charm. A lot of times people have success in their second act. I have no problem with the ideology behind Mark Davis hiring him, right? I have no problem with that. But I don't think he went about it the right way. On paper, it looks like Josh McDaniels ready. He was a former head coach, so he's done the job before, right? He was young when he got that job, way too young, right? And then he won a whole lot, and he's been under the tutelage of Bill Belichick. He was on both sides of the football. He's had every job that you can have being an assistant coach, right? So on paper, just if I come down from Mars, right, and I'm from the planet Mars, and
you're looking at him, you're saying, oh, that's the right move.
That's the right move, right? But there's nuance with this coaching shit, right? And personality matters, and it's not just the resume, right? And this is the problem. So you have a Josh McDaniels who has a stellar resume, stellar experience, and you have Antonio Pierce with the right personality, but he don't have a resume. you got to find a way to marry those two things together when you go and look for a head coach. And I think that's why you have to have people that are professionals at doing things. See, people don't ever talk about what it takes to be a professional, the kind of work you got to put in to be a professional, and be good and proficient at doing something. Hiring the right people is a skill. And it's a skill that is very, very, very needed in America, no matter where you are, in corporate America and in the National Football League.
And there's not too many people that can do it, or everybody would be a lot better. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very difficult.
So now look at it, right? Now the Raiders have done that. And if you look at the track record of the people that this headhunting agency hired, and you look at the track record of Tom Brady, it all makes sense. So now what you're doing is Mark Davis has said, listen, man, I need people to help me hire this guy. And then what I've done is I want some Patriot magic. I want some of that Patriot juju over here, right?
Yeah.
He went and got the Patriot way, the real Patriot way. It's the Brady way, and brought it and put it in our building. So now it's a little different now, bro. That's why I got faith.
Salute to OD, man. Salute to my hometown of Sacramento. Yes, my Kings. That big win against the Rockets last night, man. Light the beam. I'm excited about what we're looking like under Dougie Doug, man. You already know 8-2 with him in the fold as the head coach. So salute to OD. Salute to Kenny Mack. Bill Walsh was an assistant on Coach Madden's staff originally.
So but he comes from Paul Brown's system, though, bro. You can't. He's a Paul Brown guy.
Salute to Reg. He said, if Abdul Carter is there at 6, I take him every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I really think he's a gem in this class. Sign Wentz in free agency to go with BJ at the head coach. Salute to Reg. Love you, bro. I got to disagree with you on the whole Carson Wentz thing. But, that would be an interesting pickup, backup out there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Knows their system, sat over there, and learned a little bit under Andy Reid. That would be hilarious if we went out there and brought in Carson Wentz at the quarterback spot. Salute to my guy Ridgeback, man. Appreciate you, bro. As always, supporting us over here in the chat. Let me see. Yeah.
I just want them to know. Yeah, I know what I know of Bill Walsh was that he was a wide receivers coach, with the Browns in the 60s, and I think into the 70s, and he developed the West Coast offense with Paul Brown. So I think that looms a little larger in his coaching journey. Just saying. Sorry.
No, you good, bro. You good. Salute once again, everybody here in the building. Get a couple more questions in before we get out of here. Salute to Julio. Josh McDaniels had the right idea, just the wrong delivery. I give him credit for fixing the penalties on the field. It's been a while since I've seen the team in a positive category.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
He didn't learn his lesson. Well, I mean, realistically, we became the least penalized team in football when Antonio Pierce took over. When AP took over, he was the one that really disciplined this football team, and we really cleaned up those penalties. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying, Julio. This is the thing, right? Everybody kept saying that he lost the locker room and so on. They were having fun. They were having fun playing under him. This is a different. It's a different. What you looking like that for, bro?
Nah, my daughter. They. It's like they don't make me coffee. They make me hot chocolate. This shit is. I could just smell how sweet it is. I can't even drink this shit, man.
Yo, no, but Julio, let's just look. The thing is this. It didn't work out. It was the wrong hire. There's a reason why he's not hired now.
Bengals, my bad.
Somewhere else. And nasty work. And there was a reason why we won more games when he left under AP. There's a reason for it. It takes a special skill to be able to coach these men in today's climate. It's a different way of going about things. Wasted. Remember back in the day, we used to watch these hard-nosed Bobby Knights out there throwing fucking chairs on the court and shit. But guess what? They were winning fucking titles. They're always in a, number one team in the nation and shit. Like, we come from a background where these guys coached hard. They coached hard.
And also you come from an economic background of, being a football player did not guarantee you generational wealth. It was a good job, but it was a job.
Yeah.
You don't walk around when you have a real job. When you got a real job, dude, and you have to put food on the table, your level of commitment is a lot different. Yeah. The thing is that, you don't even got to love the game to be a millionaire anymore. You got a guy like Carson Beck that's going to get $10 million in NIL money, bro. Yeah. Carson Beck is going to make more money than Caleb Williams, or one of these guys in a year. Yeah. Right. And this is a guy that we don't even know how committed he is to the damn game. Yeah. We don't even know. right? This is a
It
guy that
seems like he's more committed to Snapchat than football.
Yo, he's leaving a national title team that he was on and running to another opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the level. This is what you deal with, right? So you can't have a guy like Bobby Knight anymore in college because these kids are getting paid millions of dollars and they'll be like, I got to deal with this.
Yeah.
Wait.
Transfer portal.
And where's my manicure?
Yep. Transfer portal. I'm out of
Transfer portal. I got to go. I don't got to deal with this, right?
Yeah.
Options and proximity to money is what makes you less committed, bro.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, bro. And then in the National Football League, dog, these guys coming to the league. You got some people that want to be great. And you have some people who get struck by lightning and get a big contract, and they're like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
Coach me as hard as you want. Man, fuck you, cut me. And that's the problem, bro.
Facts. Salute the margin. Hey, you know what's funny? We're putting something together right now for the draft. Green Bay seems like a long shot. Ooh, it's like that. We're putting something together for the draft, you guys. Green Bay is a long shot right now because of there's no rooms out there. The flights are insane. The only place you can find is like a two hours outside of Green Bay. Airbnbs are like over $1,000. Oh shit, really $2,000 a night. So we're thinking about wasted. Me, Big Mike Hammer, doing a draft party out here at Senior Ozzy's in Frisco, Texas, all 3 days. So stay tuned for that, Marjorie. We already talked. I talked to my boy, and now I'm saying it publicly because now Wasted already said I'm there. Big Mike is excited. Hammer said he's pulling up. So we're probably going to cover the draft. I didn't went to New York to see my bros a million times.
I got to pull up on this guy.
I got to pull up to LA and all that. So it looks like
look, you know that he's like, look, he been saying this shit for like 6 months, right? He's like, look, hey man, I done pulled up on you like 3 times, man. I'm just saying, I'm like, come on, bro.
So it looks like Shedeur will be taking over Dallas, Texas, you guys, for the draft. So stay tuned. And salute to Senior Ozzy's as well. And I'm gonna try and see if we can get a player or two, somebody over there in the building.
Yeah, we'll put it together. Man, the game is to be sold and not told. But I tell y'all what, it's definitely going to be different, right? Because every time we do the draft, it's always a different place, different face. But it's always
last year. Yeah,
it's always great, man.
I love what Ridge just said. Jerry Tarkenton was way ahead of the curve with the NIL, and you would now be Larry Johnson, the plastic man.
They should name it after Tar. You should have to bite a towel or something like that.
You ain't never lied, bro. LJ, Grandmama, the Plastic Man, Stacey Ogman, they was out there getting
Greg Anthony with the lefty.
Greg Anthony. They were out there getting Gouda. Salute to Jordy Robinson. Been begging for a Bobby Knight movie with Steve Carell. Toss that chair energy. Talk, Jordy.
Carell play him?
That'd be funny.
Wait,
that's the 40-year-old virgin?
Huh?
That's the 40-year-old virgin?
Yeah, Steve Carell wasn't playing. You know what? You know what was crazy? He did a great job with that movie Foxcatcher when he played that crazy the DuPont guy.
Hey, fuck it, man. Make Will Ferrell be Bobby Knight.
Yeah, he looks like I was gonna say, but I don't think Will Ferrell could be serious enough. You can't.
Yeah, bro, even if you're serious, but it's just hard to take him serious.
Bro, it's hard. Come on, dog. Like you imagine Will Ferrell getting mad. Like when he get mad, you think it's fun. Like Will Ferrell. Bro, he wanted pound for pound one of the funniest people ever, bro. That dude is hilarious, man. Salute
to my guy, John Bailey. He always pulls up on us over at Barcode when we do our events in Vegas and stuff like that. We'll be back soon, man. We'll be back soon. It just got to make financial sense to go out there in Vegas because, it's a lot going on out there. But we'll be out there this upcoming season for sure. At some point, we'll be out there at least once. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, but you know what, though? I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm not coming out there until they start doing something and putting this shit into a positive. I'm going to Vegas anyway because I think I'm gonna go to Vegas in April, right? Yeah. I'm probably gonna go. What winds up happening during the draft, and that's why the draft is tricky for me. My wife's birthday is right around the draft, so a lot of the times, like the last time we did Vegas, I was out in Vegas the week before the draft. I saw the fight, took my wife to the Usher concert, and I came home for 2 days and flew right back.
Yeah.
That be the problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, that's why I'm not saying nothing about the draft because I got to figure out a way to rope my wife into this. But I'm going to be real with you.
Tiff is here.
Yeah, I got to find a way to rope her into this, right?
Yeah, so, it's all good. That's the rope right there.
Yeah, that's the rope. So, but this the thing, bro. Like when you talk about Vegas, bro, I'm tired of just, hey, we got to go out there. Like, yo, y'all got to make this shit a home game for us. If it's going to be a road game, in Allegiant Stadium, I might as well fucking stay on the East Coast and see them.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't mean to be the cantankerous old asshole, but I just came out of the gym and I'm a little pissed off. I don't want to, I'm sick of their shit, bro. They better get this thing together, bro.
I like going to road games, and you know, I've been to Allegiant Stadium a million times. You know, when we go out there, we get that Hollywood treatment over there at Allegiant. It'd be beautiful, but I enjoy hitting the road, man. I love going to Cincinnati. I love this upcoming season. We're gonna be in New England. I think I'm gonna fly up there. Philly this year. It's gonna be fun, man. So I like road games. Me personally, I like hitting the road and doing that. I've been to Vegas a million times, and I grew up in Oco. So you know what I mean? I was out there damn near fucking every week. So Tokyo says, what the fuck? Wasted unceremoniously sent all of us 2 days into Sunday preaching that holy gospel content. Fuck anyone who thinks they are above the shield. Salute the Tokyo Raider. My God, he took too many testosterone pills today, y'all. He's my guy over here wilding today.
Oh man, y'all tripping, man.
Yo, salute to God family. We need wasted Dion to explain Max the TV rules. Salute to God family and Raiders. Right now, Dion is 8 toes down in Colorado right now, y'all.
That's right, man. I don't think he'll be popping up over here though.
Yeah. Other than that, man, salute to MGs with that content. Salute to y'all, man. We would hate to leave with 2,055 people still in the building, but
damn, there's that many people.
Yeah, man. I think we just, Twitter, your page, my page, collaborative. We got a lot of people in the building.
You know what's dope? Being that it's 2,000 people in here, why don't you guys subscribe to my channel? Like, what the F is going on here, man? I need to get to 15,000. Should have been happened.
15K. Go over there, subscribe to Raider Nation Unlimited. Wasted Talent on YouTube, you guys. Run it up. There's no reason why.
It's time.
Yeah, run that up. We got to get to
that. And Grab, would you do me a favor, man? Would you block Anthony?
No.
Nasty.
I love
get him the F up out of here.
I love the wasted shit talk from our brother Ant. Unsubscribe. Yo, salute you guys once again. If anything happens, we'll always be here live, trying to, giving our takes, giving our opinions on everything going on. Tomorrow, I'm still doing the birthday thing. I'll be out and about with the wife doing, steak dinner and all that good stuff. So if not tomorrow, be back Sunday. And then next week, we have Dylan Lauby on the show. I know Waste is working on a few players to come on as well. We do need to reach back out and lock in Amy Trask. We got to get the Princess of Darkness, the date and time. We got to work that out. I know we've been talking to her and kind of going back and forth, but we have to lock that in because that's going to be a phenomenal. That'll probably be my favorite interview that we've done up to this point because the Al intel and all that good stuff. It'd be so dope. But other than that, you guys, we will be here live covering everything as we always do. Once again, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, we appreciate every single one of you guys. 24 says, Wasted, I upgraded my membership and you skipped the super.
I didn't skip it, bro. Listen, you guys don't realize how the Graph and Wasted show go. Graph is Steve Nash, right? And he just dishes it off. He's John Stockton. I do the Malone.
I didn't see it. 2-4. I didn't see it. My apologies, brother. I didn't see it.
Man, thank you, bro, for upgrading your membership. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for keeping the lights on at OLV and Raider Nation Unlimited.
2-4. We love you, bro. You already know we love you. Yes, Dylan will be on the show on Tuesday. It's already locked in. It's already up on the channel. You guys get your questions together for that show.
Be quiet, be brown. Yo, F you, Raider Loso.
Yo, and salute to pessimistic Frank. We call him optimistic Frank around here. Sweet baby Jesus. Let's go. Salute to optimistic Frank in the building.
Hug these, baby.
So the longest graph ain't Bronny. Rich is stupid. Salute to triple OG Hug D's. Wasted, quit rubbing your thighs, you weirdo. I bench pressed your weight today. Come get some.
Man, Hug, please, bro. Please, man. Hug these. Let me tell you something. If you ever dream that you can beat my ass or bench press me, you better wake up and apologize.
Pause. Salute to James. I got hugged, to be honest with you.
Yeah, will you be losing?
Hey, Hug got that. Hug got that NorCal strength. You know what I'm saying? I got Hug.
Hey man, listen, bro. Listen, man. I'll be honest with you, man. Like I'll do a lot of talking, yo, but my shit sharp. My shit so sharp. I'm just letting you know.
To James Lillard on the way out. Goats, Bills Mafia, Chiefs Kingdom were the Raiders, the first team to use a nickname like this. Goats, Bills Mafia. Yep. Chiefs Kingdom. Yep. We were Raider Nation. I hate that they try to use Cowboy Nation out here too. That shit is disgusting.
There is no such thing as Cowboys. They're America's team.
Yeah,
because NFL film, because the Steelers said we don't want to be America's team. So it's funny how they said we're America's team. They didn't want to be America's team.
Yeah, facts. Salute, Randy. You come in on Tuesday and you ask him yourself, brother. He'll be here. Ask him, and we're definitely gonna talk about it. Salute to everybody here in the building as well. Once again, you guys, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Wipe them feet on the way out. That means hit them thumbs up. Also, pay your bar tabs over at Waste This Channel. That means hit them likes. And also hit that subscribe button. Anything else?
My guy, after Chief said, Adam Schefter is a habitual line stepper. He steps over the line habitually.
Salute to my guy. Fuck the Chiefs. Other than that, bro, you got anything to say on the way out?
Nah, man. Y'all have a terrific night, man. We out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch this SmackDown. Salute to everybody. We'll be back soon.
The latest SmackDown.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We are out. And gingers don't stink, y'all.